Hey Raiders, I just built this custom Arc Raiders themed controller featuring the brand new Spark Mod Kit from ExtremeRate. In this video, I'll show you a step-by-step process of the mod installation, perform some tech and in-game tests, and give my final thoughts on the build. I'm also giving away 2 codes to get a Spark Mod Kit for free. All you need to do to enter is like this video, subscribe, and leave a comment with the word SPARK in all caps. The second code will go to a member of the Andy's Tech Table Discord, which I've linked in the description. I'll draw a winner for both kits a month from the release of this video. Alright, let's ride. To start things off, I opened up the controller to access the innards. Once I was in, I desoldered the motors from the non-fried motherboard to access the joysticks. Since I wanted to fully customize this controller, I decided to add some K-Silver JS13 TMR sticks for buttery smooth, drift-free controls. They use magnets to determine positional data with their sensors. First, I applied some resin with my syringe to make the process a bit easier. Then I used this new joystick-shaped soldering iron tip, which made the job a breeze. Just look at how fast I was able to remove these sticks. Once that was done, I used my turbo desoldering pump to clear out the vias and made sure the new sticks would fit before soldering them in. Once everything was clear, I soldered in the new modules, making sure they were flush to the board. Then I soldered in this cable that allows for L3 and R3 button remapping. This step is optional, so if you install the Spark Mod Kit yourself, there's no need for soldering. Before moving on, I plugged in the controller to check the sticks and everything was looking good. Next, I added all the necessary wires to make the mod function properly. Once those cables were situated, I reinstalled the battery and secured the FPC using the provided double-sided duct tape. Then I meticulously connected the wires to the board using my dumb sausage fingers. Now that the insides were done, I moved on to building the back shell using the remaining mod components. Once I finished the back shell, I reattached it to the controller base and added the OLED display. Everything was looking great, so I finished assembling the controller, ran a quick button test, and prepared to exfil. Or so I thought.
Don't shoot!
As I waited for the elevator, I got caught off guard by some extract campers and got blasted before I could return to Speranza. Nah, I just accidentally cracked the OLED display and had to wait for another mod kit to arrive. But while I was waiting, I decided to take this build to another level by ordering some more mod components from ExtremeRate. The first new attachment I added was the transparent black front shell, which I like to think is made of some hefty arc alloy. To access this part of the controller, I had to disassemble the innards again, being careful not to destroy any of my previous work. I also decided to install a black touchpad and button kit to stand out a little more. To remove the touchpad board from the plastic case, I used a heat gun to soften the adhesive and pry it off. Then I reassembled the entire front plate using the necessary parts from the old one. as one last finishing touch, I upgraded the standard battery to an industrial one for those extra long raids. Finally, I buttoned everything up and returned topside to enjoy my new loot. After a few rounds of calibration, I was able to get the stick centered nicely with about a 6% circularity error. Then I hopped into a fresh raid on Buried City to test everything out. This is my first time successfully installing K-Silver JS13 TMR sticks, and so far I really like them. If you've seen my other mod videos, you know I love the Ghillie Kit adjustable tension kit, but these feel great so far. They feel similar to standard PS5 potentiometer sticks, but without the risk of developing drift. The Spark Mod Kit also feels fantastic. I definitely prefer the new paddle layout over the Rise 4. Having access to 8 profiles that you can quickly change on the OLED display is also a huge quality of life upgrade. I like to map my loot, reload, jump, and crouch buttons to the back paddle so I can keep my fingers on the sticks during intense situations. Overall, this controller definitely gives the edge to any raider looking to up their game.
Don't shoot! Hey, don't shoot!
If you've made it this far, thanks for watching and enduring all of my cheesy jokes. I didn't originally plan for this build to go this way, but I'm very happy with the end results. Of course, I couldn't have done it without the support of ExtremeRate, who were kind enough to send me not 1, but 2 Spark Mod Kits. If you want a kit for yourself, I've included a link in the description. And if you want to enter to get one for free, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and leave a comment with the word SPARK in all caps. I'm also giving one away in my Discord, so join up there if you want a second chance to win. I'll announce the winners a month from the release of this video. Thanks again to ExtremeRate, to all of you for watching, and an extra big thank you to my YouTube members. You're a small group right now, but your support will never go unnoticed. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one.